I talked to my CPA and he said rental losses cannot offset my W-2 income. So I guess this doesn't work for me, correct?
Your CPA isn't wrong, but they might not be telling you the full picture. And not because they're bad at what they do, but because the situation doesn't come up often unless you're working with short-term rental strategies. Let me explain. There is a regulation buried in the tax code, Regulation 1469, and here's what it says in simple terms. If the average guest stays at your property is 7 days or less, your activity is not classified as a rental activity.
So then what is this?
It is treated as a business. That's the one distinction that changes everything. Because here's the difference. Long-term rentals where tenants sign leases are considered passive. Passive losses generally cannot offset your W-2 income. But short-term rentals, think like Airbnb, where guest stay is less than 7 days, 3, 4, 5 days, are treated differently. They can be considered an active business. Now, you might need to think,
but how does this help me offset my W-2 income?
Here's how. Once it is not classified as a rental, you now have ability to materially participate. That means you are involved in the operations, managing guest communication, coordinating cleaners, handling prices and booking, overseeing the property. When you materially participate in non-rental activity, the IRS treats those losses as a non-passive, and non-passive losses can offset your W-2 income.
Don't I need real estate professional status?
No, the 750-hour rule applies to long-term rental activities. Short-term rental falls under a completely different set of rules. You only need to meet one of the materially participation tests, and if you're married, both spouses can be combined. In many cases, that can be achieved with just a few hours a week of involvement.
So why didn't my CPA bring this up?
Because they probably never worked with a client who has short-term rentals with an average stay under 7 days. They might never had needed to apply this rule. It doesn't mean they're wrong. It just means this specific strategy wasn't on the radar. So if you have been told this doesn't work, you might want to revisit the conversation with the framework, because when structured correctly, short-term rentals can create losses that directly offset your W-2 income, and that's completely different level of tax strategy. If you want to go deeper into how this actually works, don't miss out our summit event this June 13th in Atlanta in the 1818 Club. We will break down real estate strategies, real scenarios, and how to implement them the right way. We'll love to see you there.